Good evening. My name is Joe Biden. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, but I moved to Delaware and enrolled in the University of Delaware to study history and political science in 1965. After graduating from the University of Delaware, I was then accepted to the Syracuse University Law School to further my education. After I graduated from law school, then I began practicing at a law firm. That was also the year I finally became an active member of the Democratic Party. In 1971, while serving as a councilman, I started my own law firm. During this time, I had three beautiful children, Joseph Biden III, Hunter Biden, and Naomi Biden. In 1972, I ran against J. Caleb Boggs for United States Senate and won the elections. I worked as a senator for 36 years. I then later became your 47th vice president. But I believe that taking the next step to become your president and ensure the safeguarding of our great nation. I believe a fence should be built on the Mexican border, since there are no more defining issues than stopping illegal immigration. The most basic obligation of any government is to secure the nation's border. I believe that we, the USA, should place a systematic border surveillance with a more effective use of personnel and technology. I also don't think we should deport all of the illegal immigrants in America. You tell me how many buses, carloads, planes are going out, round up all the illegal immigrants, spend hundreds of millions of billions of dollars, and have the whole world watching. While we send these folks back, rather than give a background check on all of them, we should take out the criminals, send them back, and provide for a means by which we allow earned citizenship over the next decade or so. I also do not wish to have English as the main language in the USA. Other languages should be Spanish, French, since those are some of the most common. I think the citizens of America believe that to succeed in our society, you must be fluent in English. Certain amendments would make this a statement and issue. For example, in New Mexico, you have their state constitution, a provision that says that many of the documents within the state have to be provided in both English and Spanish. The same thing is true for the state of Hawaii. I believe the state's right issue and those constitution of the states should be respected. I do not believe it is a matter we ought to be imposing here from Washington, D.C. I believe the nation needs a greatly respected spokesman for gun control to convince people in the Congress and other organizations to vote for firearm restrictions. The fight for gun control must never end. What we need is another Jim Brady, who has the skill and ability to convince those who are afraid, who walk the halls of Congress, to step up and do what they know is right. I support gun control along with the public. Congress hasn't been convinced to apply meaningful laws for gun control. In July of 2005, I voted no on prohibiting lawsuits on gun manufacturers, voted on banning lawsuits against gun manufacturers on gun violence. I voted yes for background checks at gun shows. Without background checks, we would never know if the users of the guns are trustworthy or previously abused the rights of owning a gun. I also voted no on increasing penalties for guns and drug violations because I believe that there should be an increase in funding for drug cases prosecutors. I hope we get back in education because I don't know any government program that John is supporting, not early education, more money for it. The reason No Child Left Behind was left behind is money was left behind. We didn't fund it, but we would like to continue the program, but unfortunately we do not have the funds. I believe $5 million should be given to colleges to renovate and increase connections with other colleges. I want to add more funds to add for trade adjustment assistance. They want to add a community college training grant program. I want to train workers with the skills employers need. I, Joe Biden, think that schools should teach sexual content classes and science based on protection methods. As we all know, the smaller classes, the better result. To pay a teacher more money for a better result is not the solution. They are going to get more teachers with smaller classes to improve learning rate on the students. I would like to thank everyone who took the time out of their day to listen to my views and opinions because I care about you. This nation is the future. To conclude this, I use a great quote by Paul Banton. Never tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon.